Hello friends, hope you're having a great day. Today I went to a place recommended by a viewer. I've always passed by it but never actually went in there. It's called Ohana BBQ and Sushi, and they're located in the Waimalu Shopping Center. And if you look to the left, it's Palama Supermarket and my favorite Mexican place, straight out of Husk. I'll put the link up above if you didn't watch that video. And you know, everything in between, that's famous, Jackie's and all that stuff, Shiro's. So it's more to the right if you're looking at the buildings, right near the old Zippies. And they recommended the Prada Moco, and that's what makes them unique. They do breakfast and lunch and dinner. Obviously they do Korean barbecue mostly, and sushi and poke bowls and stuff like that, but also a bit of other local favorites like chicken katsu and such. So the Prada Moco is, he said that they make their own corned beef hash, I'm not sure. And it's over some gravy mixed with some onions over some sunny side up eggs. I believe if you don't like runny eggs, you can ask for them over hard or maybe scrambled. But usually local mocos come with over easy eggs that are runny, and underneath is a bed of rice. It looks amazing and smells delicious. So let's tuck in. Okay, let's try the corned beef first. It's in a brown gravy, just like regular local moco with hamburger. I will say I love corned beef with onions and lots of onions, and there's a lot of onions in here. So if you're not an onion person, then you might not like this, but I love corned beef. Yummy. Whether it's homemade or not, even if it's canned, they use the good kind. Kind of reminds me of the Palm brand or something better than like an American version of corned beef. It's more meaty. And ooh, that gravy's good. Break open some eggs and mix it with some meat and rice. Take a nice big bite of that. Damn, that's good. I am so glad that somebody recommended this because I would never have heard of it. And it just sounds amazing. So I just had to go and check it out. It took me a while though, because I have a list to go through. But super delicious, meaty corned beef. And if you're not local, we usually like canned corned beef, so it's not corned beef brisket, that it's pickled with a dill. So it's more of a salty flavor without that dill pickling spice. So not the Irish St. Patty's Day type of corned beef. The eggs are actually cooked perfect. They're not too burnt. They're just like almost fake looking. They cooked it so well. And the gravy really complements the corned beef. And even though, you know, it's the type of taste of a canned corned beef, it's not too salty. Even with the gravy, it's just perfect. And then you get some bits of onion that give it a different texture and flavor. And it just goes well with the rice soaking up all that gravy. And there's no stringy weird parts that sometimes you get in canned corned beef. So it's all nice and meaty. And brah, this will put you in a food coma for sure. And thank you to the brother that said hello while I was exiting Ohana. I think it's a viewer. I don't know who they are because they said, are you getting the food for the video or just grinding? And thank you for watching. And I do bump into a lot of people, like one lady at Walmart and all kind of people that say hi. So thank you for saying hi. Makes my day that people watch and find it informative, or if you watch it just to live vicariously and look at the food that we have if you're not from here. And hopefully some of the places I show, if you're not from here and you're traveling, will, you know, help your travel plans on where to eat if it appeals to you. And it's all good. All the food, usually that, you know, places I go to, it's always usually good. There's never anything terrible I've ever eaten on the island of Oahu anyway. So you can't go wrong with any of the places I show because it's usually delicious food that, you know, local people that are struggling to have their business stay afloat They work really hard to make this awesome kind of food. And if you're not used to this, if you're not from here and you're visiting and it seems a little weird, some people thought loco mocos were weird when they first saw it, tourists, until they try it, they realize how good it is. You just have to be open-minded and try it because it is just delicious. A flavor bomb. The gravy's perfect, the brown gravy. This just makes it so good. And it's not dry or anything. And then just the gravy soaking into the rice makes it delicious. Walking in there, it's super clean. There's actually a lot of places to sit and eat. And there was a few people eating some Korean food. So it's nice and air conditioned in there. It's just like a typical Korean place where they have the vegetables that you can choose 4 choices if you get a Korean plate lunch. But like I said, it's not just Korean food. They do sushis, they have chicken katsu and other plate lunches. So definitely check them out. They even have some Japanese dishes like soba noodles and things. The eggs are seasoned perfectly. Everything goes together where you would think brown gravy and corned beef would be salty, but it's not. It's just right. So I highly recommend getting it. I'm almost pow with my plate. Super delicious. Thank you for recommending this. Super bomb. And if you're wondering how much that Prada Moco is, that's what it's called, with the corned beef and the 2 eggs and the rice, it is $12.99. Okay, I'm not going to film this, but my son wanted it, so it's my son's lunch. It is the barbecue Korean chicken plate, and man, they give you massive amounts of chicken. That's a lot of chicken. Looks grilled to perfection. Took a little bite out of it. Tastes really great. You get 4 choices. Obviously, he does not like spicy stuff because he's young. So he got double mac and the shoyu potatoes and the corn. But you can get kimchi. They have cucumber kimchi. All the regular stuff you would get, seaweed and all that stuff at Korean places. So 4 choices, 2 scoops of rice, massive amounts of barbecue chicken. That was $14.99. So that'll probably be 2 meals for him. And I'm gonna show one more thing. They do, like I said, sushi, and they do platters as well. So if you're looking to cater, they do that, like the regular nigiri sushi with ahi tuna and stuff. But I thought it was unique that because they are Korean people making food, they have kimbap. So if you don't know what kimbap is, it's Korean sushi. So if you're not into sushi or raw fish, this is a good starter to start with because there is no raw fish in Korean sushi. It is barbecue meat. So everything's cooked in here and it's got a bit of veg in here. And the difference with Japanese sushi is they brush the outside of the seaweed or the nori with sesame seed oil. So you get that nice aroma of sesame seed oil and all the different veggies in here. So let me show you what it looks like. And I'll also do a close-up. But this is the end piece. Hopefully it focuses. Let me put my hand there. So you got a bit of egg in there, as you can see, some greens, and I see some cucumber and some grilled meat. You can see the meat down here. So in the hatch. So here's a close-up of what the kimbap looks like. The veg is usually an Asian veg that's blanched and thrown into ice water so it retains its crunchiness and it's not like soggy, overdone veg. And then you got the cucumber, a sliver of egg right there. And this yellow stuff is takwan or daikon that's pickled. And some carrots that are raw, and there's a bit of meat in there with the rice. So that's why I recommend people that want to try sushi and they don't like raw fish. This is perfect for you. And if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you can ask them to omit the beef and it would be a perfect sushi for you. And it's just got this freshness to it, all the fresh veggies, and it's quite healthy. Just a little bit of meat just to give it taste, but not too much meat. And I'm not sure if you can hear it from the first time, but it's got this really big crunch. So if you can imagine that crunch with all the fresh veggies that are actually flavorful, even though they're crunchy, because that pickled daikon has a nice taste to it. And then the meat, and then the softness of the rice and the seaweed just goes together. It's really fresh, really healthy, very tasty. Even though it's healthy, it's got great taste if you've never had it. So definitely try it. You can definitely go down that shopping center and go to Palama Supermarket and get kimbap as well. But if you're going to get a plate lunch and you want to try it too, just get everything at Ohana BBQ and Sushi. Really great snack and fills you up, and you get a whole bunch of rolls. And if you're wondering how much that kimbap is for all those rolls, it is $7.50. And the way they sliced it, you get 8 rolls. For mine, I got 8. So pretty big. It looks small, but it'll definitely fill you up just as much as a plate lunch would. All right, I'm gonna cut it short today. Today's a short video, sorry, but got some things to do. Initially, I wanted to go to a place kind of farther out on the east side and film in the restaurant, but hopefully I can do it next week. And anyway, today's weather's not the greatest, so couldn't eat outside. It's raining right now. Not sure if you can tell, but it is gloomy. So hopefully you have a great Easter weekend and a good Good Friday if you're off today, and enjoy your time with your family or whatever you're going to do, if you're going to do some stuff. And if you found this informative, press the like button and subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again on another food adventure next week. And take care. Peace out.